What's up, guys? So I'm out in the Los Padres National Forest and I'm camping at the Paradise Campground, which is about 3 miles off the 154. I've packed most of my stuff in my Gregory Paragon 58 pack, but since I'm car camping, I also brought a cooler with some non-dehydrated food, some firewood, and some pillows. The tent I brought for this trip is the Featherstone 2-person Paradot backpacking tent. It's a little over 5 pounds and can pack easily into my Gregory pack, and has a 5,000 millimeter hydrostatic head rating. Before I pop into town, I am looking at my neighbor's site, Site 9, which seems to be popular with the van life campers, as this site has a double-wide driveway. Not a bad setup if you're in a van here. Site 7 is part of the inner circle of the campground. And though I didn't capture it here in the video, this inner circle is pretty generously spaced. You could fit an entire army of tents in there if needed. By the way, they do have first come, first serve sites in perpetuity, but it looks like they fill up pretty fast. Los Olivos is a little over 20 miles away, and I stopped by the Figueroa Mountain Brewing Company, where I had a craft beer called the 101 Blonde and contemplated an old National Forest sign. 10 City Cider Company is just across the street. It's known for its good variety of dry ciders, as well as its quaint front lawn, such that it can gentle the condition of even a 100-degree day. Walking down this self-same road by this garden decoration shop and these perfectly manicured homes, one feels as though they are transported back in time to the birth of quintessential small-town living. Even this church provides sanctuary to the out-of-towner, with several places to rest around its grounds and an open bathroom. Anyway, let's see if we can get back to the forest and walk around a little bit before dinner. There wasn't much time left in the day before I had to cook, so I decided just to walk down the road from the campground and see what I could see. Past a few private cabins with some German Shepherd enthusiasts, I came to the White Rock Deus area. It looks as though one can access the river from this point, alongside some steelhead trout, some California red-legged frogs, and arroyo toads. The current drought situation has been rather harsh to the land. Places where there should be heartily flowing river have been reduced to stagnant pools of water, with likely dire consequences to the aquatic life I just mentioned. This does not, however, fully diminish the beauty of the land. The way the sunlight and shadows interact with these gentle Padres mountains, which frame this golden valley accented with the greens from the coastal live oak trees and the like, is really inspirational. Los Prietos campground was shut down when I was here, with advisory signs on the water spigots that say no potable water, but nonetheless I checked out a few campsites, which perhaps were mildly derelict from lack of use. But when I'm looking at these, I'm more interested in flat land where you would pitch your tent. I did look at a few other of these sites, which I may post on an upcoming video dedicated to virtual walkthroughs of these sites, just to help people see what they're getting into before they visit these sites. If you look up in the sky on this shot, off in the distance there's a couple paragliders taking advantage of the wind on a hot day. I liked that there wasn't much traffic in this section of the park. I basically had the place to myself to observe the motive beauty of this giant ecological machine and ponder how our ancient brethren worked this land to survive and thrive here. Back at camp, I utilized this TP method of building a fire. I usually only bring enough kindling for 1 or 2 tries, so I tend to douse it in lighter fluid just to make sure things light. Here we have the beginnings of dinner starting to sizzle. For whatever reason, chicken always tastes better with a iron skillet on an open flame, and for whatever reason it took a while for the chicken to cook thoroughly on this particular trip. And here we are again with the GSI Outdoors Glacier camp stove, fixin' to make up a Three Sisters stew by Backpacker's Pantry, and it looks like dinner is served and I'm done. Looks like I picked kind of a buggy spot to sleep tonight. When I was putting on the rainfly, I noticed a bunch of spiders all around the tent. Luckily, I keep the door closed at all times, so they're mostly outside, but this little guy's hanging out with me for tonight.